So why are so many famous influencers nowadays like Andrew Tate, Tristan Tate and Sneeko all converting or reverting to Islam? What's the secret behind it? Why Islam? And why right now? Well, to answer that question, we need to look back at how they respected Islam before and how they've always spoken well of it. For example, Andrew Tate has always spoken highly of it, especially on the Fresh and Fit podcast, which actually got quite popular even before Andrew Tate was that famous.
Muslims are the only people who will defend their religion. They will defend their beliefs. They refuse to be mocked. They refuse to be insulted. And I respect that about them. I respect that. That's an amazing thing about them.
And after he spoke about Islam, his beliefs about it only grew larger and better, and he grew strong. He grew a stronger belief system towards Islam, and he found out that it was eventually the right religion for him, and he understood that Islam was the last religion that was ever going to be released. He understood that God is real, because if there is an evil force, and he has seen a lot of evil in his life, he has seen Shaitan, and if there's an evil force, then there's got to be an opposite and equal force, which he identified as God. And that philosophy is quite nice, although I wouldn't fully agree with it, because I don't think the force of God is equal to the force of the devil per se. God is a lot stronger, infinitely stronger, obviously. But Sneeko has also recently converted to Islam, and he has announced it quite recently on his podcast with the three Muslims who are YouTubers. And Sneeko also had a lot of respect for Islam before. Actually, a lot of people may say that he was mocking Islam before, even though I would disagree. I don't think he was mocking Islam. I think he was simply not knowledgeable enough about it and was simply making jokes. Although now he has changed completely and has become a lot more knowledgeable about it. He has become a lot more clever, a lot more intelligent, and a lot more articulate with his words. And the reason Sneeko has also converted to Islam is not just because he's copying Tate, but because he also believes in the fact that God cannot be a man, and God must be a higher being that's different from a man, which is what essentially is being taught in Christianity, with the idea of the Trinity, of the Holy Spirit and Jesus Christ, and as well as the Most High. And so he does not believe in the idea of the Trinity, and he is doubtful about it. And this all ties back to the liberal world order and the people who are fighting against it, because liberalism is a growing belief that is essentially attempting to destroy all moral systems and religions out there, and specifically Islam, because it's the strongest one right now and the most lasting one, since people who are Muslims usually actually adhere to it and follow in its beliefs, unlike most Christians or Jews. And they are trying to destroy all forms of morality. And so with this liberalism that's spreading like wildfire in the West especially, and as well as in some countries in the East that are spoiled, the idea of feminism is spreading like crazy, and it's honestly sad to see. But through all this darkness, there's always hope, and there's always the light. There are always people who disagree with it and who flame it, like Sneeko and the Tate brothers, for instance. And there are other examples as well that have all recently reverted to Islam. When you see all of this chaos occurring because of the liberal world order, then you understand that you need some sort of morality, some sort of religion, something to revert back to in order to establish a proper system of ruling and a proper country that's actually based on morals and not on simple fake freedom ideologies which are not even true. Like these Westerner liberals believe in freedom of speech so much, right? But they'll cancel anyone who disagrees with their opinions or their points of view, especially on social media apps, and they'll ban them. It's crazy. It's absolutely insane. We live in a fascist society nowadays. It's like back in the Nazis in World War II in Germany. It's almost similar because censorship is greater than ever, and so the forces against the Matrix and against the Matrix's agents are also currently rising, and I'm always grateful for that. Forces like me, the Tates, Sneeko, Aiden Ross, they're all rising to defy the Matrix, and apps like Rumble and Kick that actually preach freedom of speech help facilitate that change, and Twitter now as well, since it's owned by Elon Musk, who is also a freedom of speech fighter. And yeah, the reason people are reverting back to Islam now more than ever is because they're seeing the actual importance of it in a society that is so far away from religions and morals, and that has experienced so many issues due to its liberal freedoms. Thank you for watching.